Hey, we have the best whiskey still to come.
Yes.
This is actually from the Lagavulin distillery. This is, I think you can have this bottle only from Lagavulin distillery, and there is some numbers there. I don't see anything anymore. But anyway, there is some batch numbers here, and actually one good friend of mine, and also the main teacher of the head teacher of Practical Hapkido, he actually found out this bottle. I was secretly having it in my closet, but he found it and he opened it. So I think we just need to. And by the way, I was discussing with Ilkka, so this Practical Hapkido head teacher or main teacher, how do you say it, and about his ideas of martial arts, and well, of course we had some fun, but also he was emphasizing that whatever your target is, if your target is competition karate, or if your target is kickboxing type of karate, if your target is to survive on the streets, you should either simulate the situation as properly as you can, or then somehow get yourself in the real situations. And I guess that's true. And I if I remember correctly, also some Okinawan masters, they used to say that if you want to fight, you need to be practicing with the bad guys. So you need to somehow get yourself into the situations where you can see how it really goes on. Like we talk about self defense, but we are nerds, we are math teachers, we don't know anything about, so we just have to admit that we simulate this situation. But if we would really need to defend ourselves, we would need to be bouncers or something like we would.
Used to do that for 2 years and get experience, but it's nothing I would like to go back to.
Yeah. But it's the same. If you want to fight on certain rules, you need to go to the fight with these certain rules. Or then the next step is that you try to simulate it as good as possible. But that's only second level then. The first level is that you get to those situations why you want to practice.
Yeah. For many years I tried to tell myself I'm training karate and other martial arts because I want to learn self-defense. But then again, at least the society we live in now, it's fairly safe.
Yeah.
We go to work, spend time with family, we don't go out partying at nightclubs and stuff. So it's a bad investment if it's all about self-defense. So that's why recent years I've been thinking it's more about the art aspect. It's a way of expressing yourself and doing something you enjoy.
Yeah. But hey, let's taste this. Is this as good as what I mentioned?
Oh yeah. And this is a different level. Even from the Lafroig, this is on a completely different level. But did you say it's only 40%? Even if it's
this is 43.
43, but was it like
it's not cask strength.
No, but it's like a distiller's edition or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's extremely good. Yeah. And I had. It's so good that I actually had some excellent karate thoughts in my mind, but everything was washed away from my head.
Yeah. Let's see if I have something.
But hey, related to this motivation, so I was actually wondering for many years that what's my motivation. So I'm not so interested in self-defense. I'm not interested in belts at all. Of course, I'm not interested in competition. I have competed in 90s, but it's not interesting to me. So why am I practicing 5 times a week, or I'm teaching 4 times a week and I'm practicing 1 time a week nowadays? So why am I doing this? And actually, I don't even want to develop. I'm honest. I don't want to develop. I have.
You don't want to become better.
No.
That's weird.
but I want to practice. And why do I want to practice? Well, it's very boring explanation, but I like the chemical mix that comes in the practice. So of course there are these sports hormones that are ongoing. Then there are these pleasure hormones that are going on. But then also fighting, adrenaline, testosterone. So the cocktail of hormones in my body when I'm practicing, I love that feeling. I love that feeling, and it's not available anywhere else. Of course you can do sports, but then you don't have these fighting hormones on top of that. So I love the mix. I love the feeling. For me, the main thing is in the practice, and then if I develop, it's fine. If I get condition, it's fine. But the reason I go is the actual practice.
Yeah, like we talked before, I've been really into board sports now, and especially pow surfing. It's like a snowboard without bindings, and usually it's like you walk up the hill and you ride down in deep powder. And I mean, to be honest, I enjoy that feeling of doing it. It's technical, it's flowing and stuff. Even I enjoy it even more than doing some technical stuff when it comes to karate or martial arts, at least for now.
Yeah.
But what's missing from the boarding, the pow surfing part is the fighting aspect.
Hey, you are doing with a couple of karatekas, so why don't you ask them to punch?
Yeah, it's funny how people end up in the same place. Yeah. Some of the guys I do this snow skating, pow surfing with, they also advanced martial artists. Anyway, but the snowboarding and pow surfing, it lacks the fighting aspect, and it's something, even if you do it together with somebody, you still do your own performance on your own. But then when you do martial arts, some sort of drills or sparring, there's always the other person, which of course adds the aspect of the fighting aspect, but also doing something together with someone, like physically.
Yeah, I think when I mentioned about the hormone cocktails, I bet that also there are some, I don't know, social hormones. So it's not only fighting, but it's being together with someone. So of course when we interact with other persons, there is it also affects to our hormone levels. So I guess it's a big thing that we practice with the guys we appreciate and nice persons. It's a big thing.
Yeah, this morning's session, I mean, it wasn't the best class you taught. It wasn't the worst. It was like a basic class that you usually teach, but it really was like, especially when you mentioned that, what's our long-term goal?
Yeah.
What's our long-term goal with training?
Yeah, well, when we are in the old person's home or
elderly home
or whatever whatever the term is, nowadays you need to be so sensitive about the terms. So I don't know, can you anymore call people anymore elderly, or are they senior citizens? Whatever they are. I want to be an old crumpy or something like that when I'm old. So honestly old. But anyway, when we are there in a senior citizen home, I want us to be the brightest guys. So we have still the bright eyes, so our brains are working, and we want us to be in the best shape, in
best possible shape.
Yeah. So combination of these two. So I want to teach practices so that you also stimulate your brains and it actually it relates also to this degree of freedom. So when you start to have more degree of freedom and at the same time more technical difficulties, then you need to think quite much, and thinking and moving is actually very good for your brains. It might be the best possible thing to do is to do martial arts or in any sports where you move and think at the same time. So then you use wide areas of your brain.
Yeah, and I think when you said this during the training session, I was like, for me, I turned like a screw to concentrate even more. Even if we weren't up here with a degree of freedom, it wasn't sparring or anything. It was some like semi-free thing.
Yeah. Pie.
Yeah, but really like being in it, focusing, kind of getting that sharp eyes that we want to have in the elderly home.
Yeah.
30 years from now. And I mean, if you go through your training like, okay, having fun, you won't get there.
Yeah.
You will decline somehow at some point.
Yeah.
But if you, every time you train, you focus, do it, even if we're doing it with restrictions, promoting safety, but still with the fighting spirit.
Yeah. And if you look at the persons who we are training with, so all the black belts basically who we know in our circles here, they might be 65, 60, 55, 50, so quite old, but no one actually feels old. So not from mentally and not physically. So I think practicing karate actually makes wonders. So I realized it first time when my friends started to be 50, and then when I visited some 50-year parties. So some parties were like, these guys are like 30 and they are bright eyes and bright bodies and good atmosphere there. And then in some 50-year parties, it was almost like, I don't know, funeral, not maybe funeral, but anyway, when somebody is retiring, and now we are having coffee and thanks for everything. But it relates to that for us, 50, 55, 60, 65, it's nothing, because of course we start to have more and more restrictions, more and more problems, some pain here and there, but we figure it out, we practice, and I think this is an excellent way to future.